I've got about 20 of our employees working on, launching the company. We're going to try to launch, pre-launch probably in January, February. This is really early. I mean, this is,
yes.
This is a
I heard that, yeah.
collaborative kind of discussion. This is probably our first meeting that we've done with actually people. I mean, I just breathed it, and we had 300 people signed up. It was just very exciting. We were just excited. Background, I'm an entrepreneur, so I've started about 30 companies over my career.
Sure.
So I have 22 businesses up in Fargo that I either own or manage or control or am an investor in. What I've done is I've taken all of those companies and I've basically taken the resources from them and I'm bleeding those off to start Live Green. So Mark is the green guy. He's going to be our public face, our spokesperson. You'll never see me out anywhere. I'm building the systems behind the scenes to do the product distribution, the network, the business guy behind the scenes. And a lot of the green companies that we run into, they are kind of crunchy, non-business people, very altruistic, idealistic, but they've never run companies, they've never, made them successful or made them fail. There's actually 3 businesses, okay? And I'll write them out here just a second. So there's Live Green, Network. Okay, that's the products business. Then there's education. I'm lefty and I'm dyslexic and I can really write. The training and all the educational programs, the green certifications we're building here, they're all kind of under the same umbrella, but essentially there's education.
They're under Live Green?
They're all under Live Green, yeah. And then there's
they're under marketing? I'm sorry, what was that scribbled in the middle on top?
I'm sorry, network.
That's network, okay.
Education and products,
Got it.
okay?
So we have Live Green and a network, okay.
Yeah, so these are all part of like the Live Green umbrella, if you will. And so we founded the company, and then we're selling a little bit of equity within the parent company to seed the business. Now I'm putting money into the business. I've also got our vendors that are going to be supplying us with, legal, accounting, tech software. They're willing to trade a little bit, and money's scarce nowadays. And then we also have an internal venture company that I manage a fund, and so I'm going to put some of our money into Live Green to launch the business. Okay. Right now we have about 200 of just kind of what I'd say early distributors that have done a refundable deposit to say, hey, we're interested, we're committed enough to give you a deposit, and that'll give us enough momentum to go buy product so that we can launch.
Gotcha.
As an entrepreneur, these are businesses that I've either started or acquired or invested in. And so my core holdings are real estate. I have about 1,000 apartment units, about 300,000 square feet of commercial space. Within that, I have a residential property management group, and I have a commercial commercial brokerage company. We only focus on commercial. But within this group, I have 47 properties, and that's where we own the 50,000 square foot fulfillment center that we do. You guys know Bobcat? So we do all their sale, their in-store. Yeah. We fulfill all that today. So I can plug Live Green in there today, and we already have a fulfillment center. That's a big deal. That's very expensive to go out and procure, that kind of square footage. So that was one of the big reasons why I said, hey, Mark, we can just plug into my existing stuff. We own a $10 million commercial printer. So, the postcards, all the business cards, the promotional, the marketing materials, I can run that through my printer. And that's huge because right now, if we're going to launch this company, you'd have to spend, I don't know, a couple $100,000 on printing. It's expensive.
Yes.
We have a full service marketing agency for the magazine. They produce the Live Green magazine. So they have their own salespeople, and that's an independent group that won't be associated with the networking side. But this gives a lot of credibility to an independent rep who gets these magazines as basically sales promotional materials. As an entrepreneur, having this network of companies to just kind of jump in and be able to accelerate the business, that's what my business does. It starts companies, it uses all of our resources, and then we get to market pretty fast. So there's in-kind, there's a little bit of seed capital on the foundation of the company, which I think I've got pretty well raised. and then there's my money, and then there's our time, and that's basically how we're coming to market. So these
How
are
long
like
have you guys been working on it? I mean, obviously you invested a ton of time and a ton of money so far.
60 days. This is how fast we move.
Okay,
We can take companies
from conversation to,
all of this within about 60 days already.
and then the magazine is the
That's that's been around for over a year. Yeah, magazine's been there, lends a lot of credibility to us getting started. But all of the businesses I have all stepped up, and they're all we have basically 3 full-time employees as of today: Mark, Sue Long, and we have one other woman that is full-time in the business at this stage of the game. Let me give you the timetable. We're in formulation stage in December. It's holiday season. Everybody's going to be crazy now until New Year's. So limited amount of work. So we're doing these focus groups. We're doing almost entirely product right now. I'm not doing comp plan. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I know the basic framework of the comp plan. It'll change, but what I have to focus on right now is our product. So we're writing, we're building the books, we're building the concentrates, we're doing all that sort of stuff. It's
All right.
You're gonna
So I write you a check today for $600.
Yeah.
And I don't hear from anything till March.
No.
I'm just saying, in the worst case scenario.
Well, if you want to put that expectation, that would take pressure off me. But no.
Okay. So, but you're like, well, we're launching in February. I said, you know what? Let's give it till March.
Yeah, that would be good.
Then come March, I don't hear anything. So I go drive up to North Dakota and say,
What are we doing?
where's my $600?
Well,
What are you gonna tell me?
Well, you're gonna have some product first, but yeah, you're gonna get a box full of product.
How can you get product? You said you don't have nothing but a hand sanitizer.
No. I don't have. You're in essence putting a deposit up for that product. Yeah, it's a refund.
That'll get in February.
Or earlier. I don't think it'll be before February.
Okay.
I mean, it could be March even for product. I'm just, I've got the board in my office, so we're putting everybody where. So you guys need to figure out how y'all want to work together in your line, and just realize it's a 3x7. So it's you just place people where you want to place them, and then I'll place the people that I've got to place underneath you guys, because you're essentially I've got a bunch of people coming in underneath
Underneath us.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Because you're early, so.
You better sign